All right, guys, in this video, I want to get to some question and answer has been piling up on me. I want to get to some. The first one I want to talk about, and I've been asked this question about 5 times in the last 2 weeks, ever since the videos came out of them, on the exit speed tester. There is a video, there's actually a few videos out there of a couple of young kids. I call them young kids, but senior players are testing senior bats and getting exit speeds on each bat. And picking out one of the best bats out there because of how many times they swing it. I think it was 10 or 12 times. They take out the highest number and the lowest number, and they come up with an average, and then they put it out there. I watch the videos. Do I think they're accurate? Fuck no, I don't think they're accurate. Sorry about the cursing, but I see videos like this, guys, and there's so many scenarios that can go into all this shit. There's so many things that can go wrong. For one, who gets first on the testing? Because the guy that's swinging the bat first, the bat that's the guy swinging first would get better testing than the guy that's swinging the bat at the last. I mean, there's just so many things can mess this test up. One is, what kind of balls were they hitting? Another thing too, I'm just going to throw some shit out there that's going to mess all that shit up. Exit speed testers. Not a big fan of them. I'm just not a big fan of exit speed testers. For one, how many swings did you have on the bat? Is one bat got 20 swings on it, another bat's got like 50 swings on it? Were they both brand new? They're pulling them out of the wrapper. Okay, when you pull bats out of the wrapper, they have a break-in period. So what you're doing is an exit speed tester for a bat that breaks in faster, that's going to win the fucking contest. So if I put that bat, exit speed tester, against a Dudley Nifong or a McCarran bat, senior bat, they're going to perform shitty because it takes 400 swings to break those bats in, 350, 400 swings to break those bats in. So you guys going to go out there and take a McCarran, which I don't even think I've seen that bat in there. You know, I take a McCarran or a Nifong and start hitting it brand new. That bat's going to suck hitting that bat brand new. So you're going to take that bat out and put 400 swings on it, and then bring it back in there when it's well seasoned, well broke in, and then you're going to test it? That would be my first question. So they're pulling them out of the wrappers from what I've seen. So what you're doing is, who has the best performance early on that can get their ass whipped later on when the bat breaks in? The Dudleys being one prime example of it. We just did a review on the Larry Carter, which breaks in early. You know, so I would throw that mix in there. And then you got the Ron Parnell winning the whole thing. The Ron Parnell Easton bat winning the whole thing. So that's good. That brought up red flags whenever we tested that. We did a review on the Ron Parnell. Not a big fan. Exit speed testers. Balls come into play. Now here's another thing. Human beings come into play. Because I've lifted all my life, guys, since I was 17 years old. Most of my life. 17 years old. You're going to tell me you're sitting there taking 12 explosive movements, then you're resting for 8 minutes, taking another 12 explosive movements. You're going to be fatigued at the last and you are at the beginning. You know, it's so much shit that can go on during those testing. There's just so much shit that can go on. And I look at it like, and I'm looking at the whole thing, and it's long, and it's got 4 different guys. I mean, one guy swinging 4 different times of 10 rep increments, explosive movements. You're not going to be as strong as the last 10 as you are in the first 10. So that's another thing too that comes into play. Strength, endurance. What if you're doing the test one day and had sex with your wife the day before, night before, you know, pulled an all-nighter, and then you get up there and go, oh shit, now I got to do this testing. My bat speed's not going to be up there. My legs are going to be weak. What did I eat the night before? Did I eat the same meal before you do every test? Did you go out and eat Mexican food 30 minutes before you did the test? And the next day, you know, the day before, did you go out and eat, you know, a good meal, carbs and protein 3 hours before you did it? So there's so much shit that can go in all this, man. You know, unless you have a regiment before every time that you get up there and swing, you know, and then rest periods, not no 5 to 8 minutes, you know, if you're going to do it right. You know, don't sit there and, you know, you've got to eat the same thing you ate the night before. You got to stay away from the girlfriend or the wife for a week, you know, for 5 days, not a week, but about 3 to 4 days. You got to stay away from her, you know, because that's going to drain you right there. Drain some guys. But, you know, what are you going to eat the night before? You know, what did you eat that morning before you did the test? There's so much shit to go into it, and you've got to do the same thing on every test. You know, it's just so much shit to go in there where I don't believe it. And guys, your bat speed can suffer. All that shit I was talking about, the eating part, the sex part, your bat speed is going to suffer. No, I guarantee you it will. I guarantee you. So there's so much shit that can go on. You know, the bats would be the biggest thing. You know, what you did, how you took care of your body, what you did before every test. It's got to be, you've got to have a regimen of doing the same thing before every test. And this 5 minutes before doing explosive movements, 12 or 10 explosive movements, you know, you're going to be stronger at the first than you are in the last. So that would be the red flag. I'm already 6 minutes into this video. That would be, there were so many kinds of red flags. I was sitting there going, I could reply on that one, I can reply on that one, but I want to do a video on it, especially when I started getting the questions. I wanted to do a video on it, because that seems to be the big thing now. Pulling them out of the wrapper and start hitting them, and this one beat that one, and that one. And I'm sitting there going, dude, you know, you have break-in periods. You know, some bats have shorter break-in periods than others, and throw those in there. You know, get them all broke in. Put at least 500 swings on them. Every bat you swing right there. And then do the test. You know, and then do one test a day. You know, do 10 reps on one day, because I don't agree with doing 20. 2 sets of 20. I don't agree with that. And then wait a couple of days. Don't do it the next day, because body got to recoup. So there's so many red flags and all that shit. And I'm not a big fan of the exit speed tester. I didn't write this guy's name down. This is another one. Dave, why don't you wear sunglasses? I've always thought this, and I think, because I worked in an optical place in my 20s, and I was a lens cutter. I cut lenses for optical. I worked at a lab, and I worked on this big machine that actually cut lenses. Well, whenever you take a lens, it doesn't matter what light goes through it. Well, light bends when it goes through the lens. And like, I could take and I wore Gucci shit sunglasses too. Gargoyles were the first ones that I started wearing, but I wore them whenever I would play in the outfit. I wouldn't wear it when I hit. Maui Jim's what I wear right now. So I wore some of the top dollar shit because they were clear, but I never hit in them. And the reason why is because if you take a pair of sunglasses and you go up and down with them, you can see that where you're looking at kind of moves a little bit. And I, at a young age, learned to cut the ball. So I'm really precise on where I'm hitting the ball, not a square ball hitter. So I want to cut that bottom half of the ball. And I found out that experiment on this years ago is when I would wear sunglasses, it would mess my cutting ability up. So I took the sunglasses away whenever I would hit, and it kind of got used to it, you know. And plus, I don't like anything that's dark whenever I'm swinging. You know, I fight the glare because my eyes are real light, and if you have light eyes, the glare is really bad on your eyes. I put stickum on. But the black on to try to keep the glare away from my eyes. I've been experimenting because of the one eye that I can't see too good out of the right eye. I've been experimenting with stickum on this side, some black on this side to get the glare out of my eye. I've tried again hitting with glasses on. I just can't do it, guys. I mean, it's just so hard. And the reason is because, in my opinion, years ago when I started taking glasses and I started moving them up and down, the ball changed, like it just a little bit, because that lens that comes through that sunglasses bends a little bit, and when it goes in through the eyeball, which collects in the back of your eye, the retina part. So that's the reason why I'm really anal about that shit, about seeing the ball really good. And I just think that wearing sunglasses, doesn't matter if they're good or bad, you know, $300 pair of sunglasses or a $50 pair of sunglasses. I think the light still bends. Some are clearer than others, but still the light bends. And I think it throws me off a little bit. That's the answer to that question.